Welcome to The Beam, where curiosity stirs conversations, taking us a step further into the future that we desire. Here we bring you the issues that matter, the voices that challenge, and the insights that inspire. I'm Sunas Nathaniel. In the 20th century, power flowed through oil, steel, and concrete. In the 21st century, it flows through fiber, data, and computing power. Nations are still building roads, they're still building bridges, and they're still building airports. But they must also build something that is less visible, and that is digital infrastructure. The networks, that connection of institutions, the systems that deliver that beautiful service, the data that powers decision making, and the cybersecurity defenses that protect us all. Because government now runs on technology, economics now run on technology, and increasingly, national security depends on technology. Yet most citizens never see the digital foundation working beneath the surface. They simply expect them to work. 20 years ago, Galaxy Backbone was created to help build those foundations for Nigeria. Today, as the world enters an era defined by artificial intelligence, cybersecurity, and data sovereignty, the question has become even more important. How far have we come? How secure are we? And how prepared are we for what is coming next? Today on The Beam, we ask, can Nigeria's security save its digital future? We'll take a very short break, a spotlight break. And when we return, this very important conversation will take place. Don't go away. Stay with us. Welcome back. The digital age has created new questions for every nation: who controls the data, who protects the networks, and who builds the systems that keep government running, and who prepares the country for the technologies of tomorrow. As Galaxy Backbone marks 20 years of operations, these questions have never been more important. Now joining me in the studio is Honorable Olusegun Olulade, Executive Director, Customer Centricity and Marketing at Galaxy Backbone. Honorable, you're welcome to the program.
Thank you for having me.
Yes, it's a milestone, yes, and it's something that is worth speaking about. It's important that Nigerians understand where we stand when it comes to data security, cyber security, and all the likes that Galaxy Backbone has been working on. So let me just begin with this question. 20 years after, Galaxy Backbone was created, what is the single biggest promise that was made to Nigerians that has been achieved and fulfilled, and where do we go from here?
Well, the simple, greatest promise that Galaxy Backbone made to Nigeria at the beginning was to provide that connectivity. But beyond that now, we have built fiber across over 5,000 kilometers across 26 states. So we are no more where we were when we started. It's just about providing connectivity when we started. Now we're talking about providing a platform, enabling services, digital services that make government work efficiently and transparently. Yeah. So it's a different ballgame from where we started from. We're building a nation that is digitally empowered. And that is what Galaxy Backbone stands for, and that is where we started from. But now we're moving ahead. We're looking at how best can we see that beyond connectivity, beyond securing our data, beyond providing efficiency for just the government or the public service, we are also looking at the enterprises, the private sectors, looking at how can we enable them to perform efficiently in their different services.
All right, perform very well for the Nigerian people.
For the Nigerian people.
It's good we started there, but let's continue on that connectivity trajectory. How connected is the government today, and what percentage of our federal institutions do you think are truly integrated with a united digital ecosystem, and what gaps do you think are still existing?
Sincerely speaking, Galaxy Backbone done so well for this great nation. Currently, we have 2 data centers that we have the Tier 3 data center. We also have Tier 4 data center that is certified T4 data center that is even the largest public data center in Africa, situated in Kano and the one in Abuja here. And we're also looking at getting one more in Lagos very soon that will come to fruition. So is the drive for us in Galaxy Backbone is beyond that connectivity. Is how can we make service more efficient for the public service, public servant, and also for the private sector. So what are we doing differently? We have the infrastructure. You see, without the infrastructure, we cannot provide such services. And what government have done, the kind of investment that government have done, is to connect both the local government, to connect local and state government with the federal government through our fiber connectivity, through backbone. So the fiber, we have moved from just staying put in a particular place to covering between 26 to 30 states in Nigeria and going through even the unserved areas. Yeah. You understand? So we are reaching out to those areas through our fiber so that they can be connected with the public. And that's what we're doing.
That makes a lot of sense. You know, Nigerians often complain about the bureaucracy when it comes to, and inefficiencies rather, when it comes to public service. How much have that been, reduced when it comes to the work that Galaxy Backbone is doing in helping the government move to that digital service delivery that we have all been asking for?
Now, you will know that most of our public service, you hardly fill forms now. You hardly get employment without going online. And we do a lot now in digitalizing the works that they do in the public service. And that is enabled by Galaxy Backbone. It is just those infrastructure that I just mentioned. Our cloud services, our SOC, our data centers are providing, and the fibers, the backbones, are providing those platforms for those efficiency in those public sector. Currently, we have about over 20, about 27,000 email that is being provided by Galaxy Backbone to the public servants. And you can imagine all the NDAs in Nigeria today are connected. So we provide services.
So sometimes I don't need to just use a biro anymore. I can sign across.
So you can sign. We have what we call the OneGov. Yes, the OneGov enables the public service servant, wherever they are in the world, work is ongoing. Nobody is coming to say you are bringing one big file or the other any longer. We do everything online, and that is what Galaxy Backbone is providing.
Yeah, I mean, it's good that we see those digital transformations happening. Now, let's go a bit into bridging the divide, going just down a bit into making sure that, like you said something about the underserved. We want to know how much more, because the person who is deep down in Zamfara should be able to understand how to use the systems, should be able to, to operate in this digital age the same way the person in Lagos, Abuja, or Port Harcourt are working, right? Yeah. So how much are we doing to make sure we're bridging that divide so that nobody's left, behind?
Yeah, that is the essence. That's the most important areas that Galaxy Backbone is servicing, the underserved area. We are providing those connectivity that make it easier for them to connect with you in the urban area. Those who are in the rural area can easily connect with you. I don't want to mention some of these other private service providers that you say you couldn't get them on
networks phone, and all
network but with Galaxy Backbone, some of these underserved areas wouldn't have been reached. Nobody will have been able to reach them, but because they ride on us, they ride on our fibers, so they could transmit, they could ensure that we get connected. So those are the things that Galaxy Backbone is doing. And when you look at our
like your mission and goals.
Yes, and goals. You will realize that we've done so much in that aspect to cut the inefficiency and make them, stay on the same platform
to make sure they can come
to bring that bridge, correct, so that they can connect with the people wherever you are. And that's what we're still doing. We're still moving. I've just told you, we're in 30 states. We're moving from 30. We want to cover everywhere in Nigeria. We want to continue to be the face of digital transformation in Africa as it is.
So one of those things that usually will come up is, are you guys private? Are you guys public? Is it public-private? The question for me goes beyond that. It is, why should Nigerians really care about what you guys do at Galaxy Backbone? Many people don't know how to really define it. But why should they be interested? Why should they care about what you guys have been doing for the last 20 years?
Like a friend of mine or a colleague of mine will always say that Galaxy Backbone is one of the most hidden secrets of this great nation. Just 2023 election, you recall that there is a lot of cyber attacks on the nation. In our own facility alone, we have over 27 million attacks in a single day during that election. That because of our preparedness, because of our resilience, we're able to
27 million cyber attacks in one day.
In one day. But none of them were able to penetrate. Why? Because of the kind of SOC, that security operation.
I've been privy to see the systems and all that. In fact, it's important that you speak about it.
Yeah, so it's because of the infrastructure that we have. A lot of the people do not really know what we do behind the screen. But I can assure Nigerians that Galaxy Backbone have been playing a major role during COVID. You will recall that the then president of Nigeria, late President Muhammadu Buhari, was having PEC meeting through Galaxy-enabled platforms. Wherever they are, wherever the ministers are, wherever a lot of work was going on. But Nigerians would not have seen Galaxy Backbone out there, but we are the one working behind the screen, making sure that government continue to run, making sure Nigerians continue to get benefits and those dividends of democracy that we all deserve.
It's heartwarming to know that some people are doing some things to protect us from such a cyber risk and all the rest. You see, trust is a very critical thing when it comes to, data, when it comes to digital and all that. And my next question then will be, Nigerians are still worried about their data, especially because they believe that their data is sitting in foreign servers controlled by foreign companies. And that question will be, if a geopolitical crisis happens, how vulnerable is Nigeria?
Nigeria is secured with Galaxy Backbone. And that's the essence of having Galaxy Backbone. And that is what we've been doing. And that's what we are trying to make Nigerians to continue to bring down their data to Nigeria. Because the Nigerian first policy of Mr. President, Ashwaji Bola Ahmed Tinubu, speak volumes about what we are talking about here. The sovereignty of our data cannot be which away. So we need our data here in Nigeria. When you go on other platforms, I don't want to continue to mention platforms, and you put on your informations, where does it go to? Is it in Russia? Is it in America? Is it in China? Is it in Europe? Where exactly is those data resides? But when you come to Galaxy Backbone, your data resides here. Even the acts in America, Trump can decide tomorrow to call on any service provider over there and say, I need a particular data of an individual, and it will be provided. That can't happen, and they can make use of your data any way they want to use it. But for us here, it is purely Nigerian. We are Nigerian, and it is for Nigerian purpose, and that's why it is always important that you make sure that the sovereignty of our data is secured. We have a secure data center that make it easier for everybody to come into our platform, come into our infrastructure and make use of it. A lot of agencies of government...
So it can be in your shop.
It can be in your shop.
All right, you're watching The Beam, where power is questioned and ideas are tested. Stay with us, we're going to break. We'll be right back. All right, welcome back. I'm in conversation with Honorable Olusegun Olulade, Executive Director, Customer Centricity and Marketing at Galaxy Backbone. We're discussing Nigeria's digital infrastructure, cybersecurity, data sovereignty, and the future of government technology. And let's continue with that question again. Just give us a hint about how you guys are ensuring that there's no breach in data. Everything remains as we have said it. Is our data is under control and nobody can have access to it. Let's just have a second of it.
Yeah, well, like I said earlier, this data sovereignty is key to every nation. I can't just be free enough when my data is exposed. Recently, we have an issue on the social media. I don't want to go into that also.
Of a data breach.
Of a data breach. So with Galaxy Backbone, that can happen. You can't just have your data being taken and making use of without your consent. So we have that protection. We have your data secured with us. So those are the things that I think Galaxy Backbone is doing for this great.
And you are not speaking as a marketer that you are. You're telling us the truth, as in the facts. It's not that you're just marketing Galaxy Backbone as we speak.
I'm not just marketing Galaxy Backbone. I'm saying the fact. Like I said earlier, when I came into the Galaxy Backbone system, I discovered a lot that I was not even aware of in the past. And that's one of the things that you now see us coming out to say, no, we can't keep this thing at the back door. You talk about, are we private, are we public? Yes, we are both. We are owned, this is an ICT company owned by government, but for Nigerians and for the public and for the private sector. So we have a lot of banks that work with us. That we have a lot of other sectors that we are dealing with, that we are having businesses with. So,
but the core duty is to Nigerian people.
Yes, it's to Nigerian people. So we are not looking at being a private or public. We are particular about Nigeria, and we are particular about Africa.
That's very assuring. But let me just take you back a bit.
Okay.
If a major cybersecurity attack happens now on critical government infrastructure, how prepared really are we? I mean, in being honest, because that's what people want to know. Cyber attacks are happening. There's a cyber attack that shut down airports and all that. How prepared are we for such scenarios? How prepared do you think we are?
We are very, very prepared. In Galaxy Backbone, let me tell you one very important thing. We have a data recovery center. Every data that is in a particular data center, we also have a recovery center somewhere that no matter what happens, your data is saved with us. So there is no country worldwide that is immune to data, cybersecurity.
That's completely immune.
Yes, that is completely immune. But we are progressing. That's why we need to always be advancing as they are being sophisticated in their cyber attack. We are also getting prepared and resilient in our ability to defend the cyber attacks.
So how much, again, it's a very tricky thing because we're talking infrastructure and talking about, a lot of things go when it comes to data. What are the new offerings that Galaxy Backbone should be putting that it should put in Nigeria's mind, to make us relax and say, okay, don't worry, this guy's got it covered. What are some of the offerings per se? We've talked about OneGov, which helps digital transitions, within the government. What extra things are there?
Well, for instance, we were just talking about cybersecurity, and I want to also inform you about AI now. For instance, all our data centers are AI enabled. So, AI can be positive and can also be negative. We see a lot of misinformations being done by some people, but with us, it could easily be detected because of the strong and efficient security operating SOC that we have, center that we have in Galaxy Backbone to arrest such or militate against such issues. So we like I said, when you talk about connectivity, like a lot of the service providers are riding on us because we have the infrastructure. We have the competency, and I can tell you, when you come to our office, you've been there, you've seen that there is no foreigner. They are purely Nigerian. And that shows you that we are indigenous, and we are Nigerians, and we are proudly so, and that is why we'll continue to protect this country, continue to protect every Nigerian wherever they are.
I like how you brought in AI, when it comes to reshaping public administration around the world. I wanted you to just dwell a little bit. Is there a fear? Is there a real fear of what AI can do? And if there is that fear, how certain are we that as Nigerians, we have the counterbalance to whatever actions, whatever negativity can come around, that we are ready, we are really sure that we can tackle AI issues when it comes to data breaches, cybersecurity, using AI for so many other things. I mean, you've just said it, but I want that emphasis to be placed because...
Sincerely speaking, you might be undermining a lot of Nigerians. We have competent hands. We have people who are very, very resourceful, who have that capacity to provide solutions to every challenges that we have in the digital world. So for us, we're comfortable, we know, and we continue to train and retrain our people. And let me also tell you something. As Galaxy Backbone, we do training. We train people. It's part of our core businesses that we do. We do capacity building for people, for agencies, for government, for whoever in the area of digital transformation. So when you look at whatever anybody is trying to say in the area of AI, Nigerians are always ahead. We have competent hands with great experience in all these fields you were looking at. And that's why we have that. And they are young people, young, talented, well-equipped Nigerians that are in Galaxy Backbone providing these services. So for me, we have no fear, and I want to assure Nigerians that just when you think Galaxy, digital transformation, think Galaxy Backbone.
That's almost like a slogan. Well, I wouldn't put it past you, a marketer, But before we round up, let's just take one or two more questions. So when historians look back, maybe, when historians look back at Galaxy Backbone's first 20 years, what achievements do you believe matters the most, and what do we expect to see? Just a rephrasing of what I had asked earlier on. When they look back at what you guys have done in 20 years, what should we see, and then what should we be projecting as we go forward?
Well, 20 years ago, this kind of infrastructure is not there. But today, we are moving. We are moving kilometer by kilometer. We have over 5,000 kilometers of fiber. We have over 2,000 to 3,000 metro fiber within Abuja and some other cities. We're still moving. So we're providing that infrastructure. We're providing those solutions beyond just having that connectivity. You know, initially when you look at why are we even, and there is something that we're not also looking at. We have digital infrastructure in silos now in Nigeria. Very soon, which we are also working on, is to put everybody
in one shape,
and on one platform, and that platform is Galactic Backbone, that we all can ride on and we all can work and connect each other seamlessly. So when you say that where were we 20 years ago, where are we? We're just talking about OneGov that make it easier for any of the government people, wherever they are across the globe, to work without necessarily carrying file all around. We're just talking about emails. Now we're saying no government official should use any other emails than our government, which is something that is very, very important in terms of...
That way we can trace, we can track.
Yes, we can track it. It's transparent, it's secured, and it's efficient. So those are the things that we're bringing on board, and there is no solution, no digital solution they're looking for in Nigeria today that you cannot get in Galactic Backbone. We have the expertise, we have the infrastructure, and I can assure you that with that, we're bringing a lot to the table.
All right, lastly, before I let you go, if we're looking ahead to maybe 2030 and beyond, what does success look like, for Galactic Backbone, and what specific milestones should Nigerians be expecting? Just the rider to the last question I just asked, if you look at that and beyond, if you just want to hit it on the head a few more times.
Well, I want to see a Galactic Backbone, Nigerians being proud of GBP. I want to see Nigerians seeing our infrastructure as an asset, as something that everybody will be ready to say, yes, this is our own, it's government owned. Everyone in this room, everyone out there, we are all members of Galactic Backbone.
All right.
Because you are a taxpayer, as a taxpayer, as a Nigerian, you are the owner of Galactic Backbone.
All right.
And that's a pride. And another thing is that we're going to see anything you want to talk about technology, anything you want to talk about digital transformation in terms of the efficiency in the public service and the private sector, you think about Galactic Backbone.
All right, I want to thank you very much, Honorable Olusegun Olulade, for your insight, and for that conversation and helping us better understand where that digital infrastructure shaping Nigeria is taking place.
Thank you for having me once again, and I also call on all Nigerians, please do business with Galactic Backbone.
All right, you would have to pay me for that. All right, thank you very much. Every generation, inherits a defining challenge. Some, it was building roads. For others, it was building industry. For our generation, it is building trust in digital age. That's the most we can take on the beam today. We'll be leaving you with our top 5 videos of the week. I'm Sunas Nathaniel, and as always, we urge you, stay curious, stay informed, stay engaged, and keep beaming your light where it matters the most. May this great nation continue to rise and flourish. Bye for now. This week, we begin our countdown with a clip in which ADC chieftain, Mr. Dele Momodu, faults ex-FGF Babachia Lawal's allegations against Atiku Abubakar.
Who among the three did you expect to defeat Atiku Abubakar?
In fourth place, senior advocate of Nigeria, Femi Falana, warns against the politicizing of the Oyo school abductions.
How can anybody in his right senses say that I know it was a state government that kidnapped the children? Please, if you know this, go to the police.
Coming third on our list, rights lawyer Inebe Effiong alleges that the ruling party has a hand in INEC following a breach of data case involving actor Emeka Ike.
INEC, the integrity of this coming election cannot be guaranteed, that people have unauthorized access to INEC infrastructure.
So let me read the line.
In second place, FCT Minister Nyesom Wike says if ex-Governor Rotimi Amechi had called him, he would have asked him not to run for presidency under the ADC.
I think my brother made a mistake. He was too much in a hurry. He was carried away by people who are shouting, this government is not doing well. They did that to lure all of them.
For our top video this week, former governor of Ekiti State, Ayo Fayose, states that Tinubu will have his way with ease in the 2027 polls.
There will be a fair contest in Lagos because of Obi, not because of Makinde. I'm being honest with you. Forget whatever you imagine about Makinde. There will be a fair contest in Lagos. But in the other 5 states, Asiwaju will defeat people like, I'm telling you.
That's it on our countdown today. Join us next week for more.